But like Quebec as a province has like millions of people, and like, so does 20, and I'm not entirely sure what city, is Quebec City, right?
Yep.
So like even in Quebec City, which probably is a pretty big city, I mean, does 25,000 people have a big effect in a city that large?
Actually, it's not the 25,000 is across the province, not just in Quebec City. In Quebec City, we're close to the 25,000, a bit more, but
There's 45,000 people at university. There's one at university.
I think we're 300,000 students in Quebec.
Wow. It's hard to put the data about 3,000.
Yeah.
So, in general, what do the police in Quebec do when you occupy school buildings?
It really depends on the administration of each university. Some are more fascist and some are cooler, or they pretend to be cooler. So, so it really depends on the administration, because it's them who call the cops. The cops don't just come and beat us.
You know.
Yeah.
Do you get support from most of the students? Like, say if you're talking about striking, would most of the people within that faculty be for it, or would they just not? Would they be apathetic?
Yeah, that's the point of getting a mass movement and forming the masses, and that's also the point of. Simon, I think, didn't, I don't know how to translate it, but it's General Assembly.
General Assembly.
General Assembly, you can see it? Okay, yeah, so it's direct democracy, so you talk directly to the members, not the, but it depends on the faculties we call in Quebec. In social science, we want direct democracy, so we talk directly to our members, and yeah.
And it's also really important to get support from all type of unions, all type of groups that are willing to help us. There's lots of groups that you wouldn't even think about that want and that have the will to support strikes and to support the student movement.
Yeah.
Is that 300,000 students? Is that in student unions across Quebec?
Well, all students are in student unions, so yeah, that's pretty much the number of students we have and the students we have in student union.
All students in Quebec are in unions?
Is that?
All students in Quebec are in unions?
Pretty much.
Is it required?
No, it's not required.
Actually, it's kind of required. But you can still be the individual, the black sheep, and go alone and get your $6 back. You can do that, but it's still $6.
It almost makes weird things, because actually there's some right unions, so from the right. So
But some
weird idea.
some unions could just disappear. Students could say we don't want a student union in our university, and it is a possibility for them to just destroy that union. It is a possibility, but I haven't seen that at all in Quebec.
I just have two questions. One is, this is mostly, you're talking about like public universities, right? Or is it private institutions also?
Good question.
That's a very good one. We don't have much private universities in Quebec. There's a couple ones. For example, McGill has part of the programs that's in Montreal. That's almost in the Ivy League university. That could be considered partly private university, but still to get money from the government. So there's a fight, you know.
The second question I had is like dues collection. How do you guys collect, how do student unions collect their dues?
That's with the rent formula that I was explaining earlier. When you pay your tuition fees, there's extra lines under your school fees, and they say union, program union, faculty union, campus union, national union, and you have every fee that you pay. It's on the same bill, but the money doesn't go through university. It goes, well, they just transfer it directly. There's no, they don't have an access to that money. It just transfers to the union, like in a, I mean, I'm pretty sure in regular unions and work, on the workplace, it's possible for the union to tell the employer to take deductions from the salary every month. So it's almost the same kind of structure that applies to these working unions.
So I kind of go off what you're just saying, well, not the question before that. So is McGill not part of the like union then, or like McGill students aren't part of the student union, or are
I think they're part, it's a very good question. I think they're part of FERC.
Again, that's it.
Yeah, sorry. It's because there's a part that is, the graduates are part of FERC, and that's weird. They had like a summer referendum, but it's another story. And there's also a new grouping, a new national grouping that makes it the fourth in Quebec. That is TASEC. Ah, you gotta write it again. So McGill undergrads are part of that.
okay?
Yep.
So the university student unions, those are aimed primarily at undergraduate students. Like, what about students who are pursuing like masters, PhDs? Do they have their own unions, or are they just part of the
Same structure.
Same structure.
Pretty much. But yeah, the campus associations applies to, you say undergrad?
Yeah, that's what we call it here.
Okay. Applies to undergrad, and there's another structure, another campus association for second and third, well, for PhD and masters.
Okay.
So there's two campus associations on the campus most of the time. I wrote these down. These are the three main national associations. Sorry about that. University Laval, where we're from, is affiliated with TASEC, which is the most centrist type of reivindicative movement. AC, which anthropology students, their programs have affiliated AC. They disaffiliated from Laval. Even if they're on the campus, they have disaffiliated from Laval, and they affiliated with AC. It is a possibility to work on the levels of unions, but it's pretty rare. Our organization is a part of Laval, so we're also a part of TASEC, but we're really close to AC ideologically, because AC is the most reivindicative and involved union in Quebec.
Now, do you have any relations at all with any of the other student unions in the rest of Canada? Like, have there ever been like any like national, like trans-Canadian like campaigns of any of the
Education is a province issue. It's not a Canadian issue. It's the province that deal with all the education problem and all the money, all the stuff actually.
You know, it's a confederation technically.